Hey wrestling fans, this is Rick from rickswrestlingblog.com. Hey, I've got the SummerSlam game up on the website, ready to download and play along with the pay-per-view coming up this weekend coming up. Yes. Anyway, listen, I'll be updating it all the way up to Sunday also, just in case they happen to add something else in there that I don't have. It looks like we have about 8 matches for that pay-per-view so far. Looking to be a decent pay-per-view, but hey, we got to talk about the game. We got to talk about the matches. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. All right, so first thing I wanted to just cover real quick is just how to get to it. Okay, so here's it's not a good view necessarily because got a problem with my printer again, so can't print. So anyway, website rickswrestlingblog.com. All right, so you're going up to wrestling games and select pay-per-views, and then select SummerSlam 2014. All right, and you go in there and you're going to go ahead and download. It's an Excel spreadsheet. Download it, print it, play along with family, friends, and hey, my little collection's kind of been building up. I've been winning a few, and in a couple cases I've got some for gifts, and so it's been kind of starting to build up on me. So it's been good. I can't wait to continue my collection. Even a couple weekends ago at the Kane County Fairgrounds, I landed a few classic figures there. Got me an Eddie Guerrero, got me a the Rock, and the 1-2-3 Kid, and a couple more. And so cool. Anyway, let's talk about the game itself and the pay-per-view event. So here is, let me pull that up. This is what the actual pay-per-view sheet will look like. Of course, I had printer problems, so I couldn't print it. Alright, so we're going to cover it anyway. So you'll see it on the website. You can download it, print it, like I said. So let's not worry about that. Let's go ahead and talk about the matches coming up for SummerSlam. Alright, one of the, if not the most anticipated match for me going into SummerSlam, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. It's a lumberjack match. And I tell you what, it's, they've built this rivalry up really well. I mean, not allowing them to really fight, and also the last pay-per-view Battleground, they were supposed to have a match that didn't happen. It's just more of a build. They've done a great job building up this match for SummerSlam. And I think it's going to be one of the best. You have two really good wrestlers, but, Seth Rollins is just a perfect technical wrestler. I mean, the guy is awesome. You got to put him with the Cesaros, with the Daniel Bryans, there's just certain entertainers here that can come in and really put on a good show. And Dean Ambrose hasn't been too bad. His style is all kind of crazy and wild, but it fits him right now, and it's doing really great. Honestly, I think this guy's getting more pop than Roman Reigns. I like Dean Ambrose more than Roman Reigns. I'd rather see Dean Ambrose than Roman Reigns. But, hey, that's just me. Anyway, alright, so looking forward to this match. Who do I expect to win? I gotta be honest, I think Rollins is gonna win. I want Dean Ambrose to win. But the thing is, I think if Dean Ambrose wins, the war ends. And I think the WWE has had a lot of build-up here in a way that I think they want to still stretch this out a little bit more. And if they do that, I expect Rollins to win. I'm expecting that maybe they'll rematch again, but eventually put that case. I'm surprised that the case isn't on the line for SummerSlam. That's what I expected, that it's for the case. But, hey, fine. You don't really need it. You can use the case for the next pay-per-view. That's actually would be smart booking by the WWE, if that's what they were thinking. So maybe that's what they were thinking. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella. I can't say this is going to be a great match because, obviously Stephanie McMahon really isn't a wrestler. On the second, you also think about Brie. Brie has actually become a decent wrestler, but she's not great yet, but she's actually been doing pretty well. This, don't expect it to be a very good match. This is just more of, hey, you're going to get the boss. And so it's an entertaining match. I think it's going to be fun to watch. And at the end of the day, I expect Brie to win. The authority's going to give it up to, they're going to build up their talent. So, every once in a while they'll win. But, hey, I really believe Brie's just going to win this. Don't really expect a whole lot. This is just more of, hey, they finally get their hands on each other in the ring. So, the anticipation for this match has been really built up pretty well also. All right, the world title, WWE World Heavyweight Championship, John Cena Brock Lesnar. Let me tell you, Cena just recently on Monday Night Raw cut the best promo I've seen in a long time. Cena can cut good promos, but his best work is, you know, for example, when he was facing The Rock. I mean, he had some awesome promo work there. Lesnar obviously has Heyman. Between Heyman and Heyman and Cena building up this match. I mean, this has become a really good, highly anticipated match, and I'm looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be a great match. I think it's going to be brutal. You know, knock them out, drag them out, like they did at was it Extreme Rules back in 2012, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, whatever that was, Cena won that match. This time around, though, I do expect Brock Lesnar to win the championship. Now, hear me out on this one. I expect Brock Lesnar to win because Brock just beat the streak. So, are you going to just all of a sudden make him lose at SummerSlam? It doesn't make sense to me. Now, the other part is, well, why would you give Brock Lesnar the title? He doesn't wrestle all the time. Well, no, that's true. But you can use Brock Lesnar at the next pay-per-view and maybe another couple pay-per-views down the line to you know, have some, yeah, because you're gonna have, you need some good main events going forward. You're out certain people like a Daniel Bryan, but Roman Reigns I don't think is necessarily ready for that championship yet. Now maybe Roman Reigns is gonna be the one that takes the title from him. I don't expect Lesnar to hold that title long. I seriously doubt he'll hold it to WrestleMania. I really doubt that. I think after another pay-per-view or two, he may lose it to someone else. But I think Brock Lesnar is gonna lose the title somehow. All right, now, but I expect this to be a pretty cool match actually. Jericho versus Bray Wyatt. This has been more of a battle of words, and I'll tell you, I was so shocked when Jericho won against Bray Wyatt because honestly, WWE brings in these guys like a Jericho and a RVD and you know, whoever else, but they bring them in mostly to build up the other talent. And yeah, they'll go into pay-per-views, but mostly the other talent, the younger talent that they're building up, will win the match. I was really surprised to see that Jericho beat Bray Wyatt. This time around, I'm expecting Bray Wyatt to beat Jericho. And they may have to go out of, you know, best 2 out of 3 like they just kind of did with Bray and John Cena. So, hey, we'll see how that goes. Was that Bray and John Cena I'm thinking about? I gotta think about that for a while. Alright, anyway, one of the matches I'm really excited to see. Jack Swagger versus Rusev. Okay? Now, they've built it up really nicely. And their match at the last pay-per-view Battleground was actually a really good match. I love the fact that Swagger put up a fight. I like the fact that Swagger, even though Rusev won, it wasn't by a submission. He didn't make, you know, it wasn't that Rusev looked dominating in this match. He didn't. He looked human. And I like how they're building up Swagger. I really think you need to ride this momentum. I really want Swagger to beat Rusev. And I'm talking about whether it be a submission or a pinfall. But I really would love it if Swagger could win. And I haven't really... Well, I had decided. I expect Rusev to win. I'm sorry. We take that back. It's a flag match. I think Swagger's going to win. Because it's a swag match. It's a flag match. So Swagger's going to win. But I do believe that if it would have been a pinfall type match, that I think Rusev would have won. So they may have to go at it one more time after SummerSlam, after Swagger wins this one by raising the American flag. But I think that the next pay-per-view, Rusev will actually win them, and it'll be by submission the old way, and they'll probably move on to someone else. But I think this is the last pay-per-view, and this pay-per-view for Swagger have been really, really great matches for him, and great build-up and anticipation, and a great opponent for him. I mean, it really matches. Alright, so The Miz defending his Intercontinental Championship against Ziggler. One of the matches I really don't care to watch. You know, Ziggler's always entertaining. Miz is entertaining too. This match, you know, this was hard for me to call though who was going to win. Miz just won the title, so I don't expect him to lose it that quickly. However, Ziggler's had so much momentum, so much pop. I wouldn't be surprised if Ziggler won the championship. And I would be happy if he did. It'd be great if the WWE went in that direction again. We'll see what happens. AJ Lee versus Paige. I like the way they're building this up, but I really want to see a true match. I mean, AJ Lee's been getting pinned, and those are some weak pinfalls. I mean, come on. He just finished losing to Eva Marie, and that was a weak pin. They lost recently again. I don't like these matches. They seem to be a little too short, especially because these two women can wrestle. They can put on a show. I expect them to put on a show. I expect them to put on a great match. These two women can put on such a good match that I truly believe that the fans could start chanting, "This is awesome," for a women's match, a Divas match, okay? The last great Divas match I've seen was actually on NXT when Natalya took on Charlotte for the NXT Women's title. That was a great match. It really was. And I think that AJ and Paige have, well, I know they do. I know they have the ability to put on a great match. And I really hope that they bring their A games, put on a great match. At the end of the day, I would love to see Paige regain that title. I do think that AJ will actually retain it though. And the last match that I have, as far as I know, Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. Honestly, for me, this is a throwaway match. Does anybody expect Roman Reigns to lose to Orton? How could you? This is the next John Cena, according to the WWE. This guy's the one that they're going to take far. He's going to be the next big deal, okay? And if he's going to be that, you know, what? Okay, so they built up Randy Orton by giving him one match against Sheamus on Monday Night Raw, and that's it? I mean, he beat a big guy in Sheamus, and that's cool. That was cool that he beat him. The problem is he hasn't been doing it for quite a while. So all of a sudden you give him one big match, and all of a sudden he's going to be the main event, or not main event, but this is the top match, Reigns. You know, originally I know that they talked about Triple H taking on Reigns. That would have been a great match. I would have loved to see that instead. Guess they decided to go away from that and go with the Orton versus Reigns. And I don't know, I guess they thought that the Orton versus Reigns was just as good. No, it's not. Don't BS me. So anyway, listen, the pay-per-view, I still, you know, it's going to be a good pay-per-view. I'm excited to watch it. We're gathering together like we always do with the family. We're going to have a good time, have a lot of food, have a prize, and we'll see who wins the game. So don't forget to download the game. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. And hey, have fun with that game. Hey, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Take care. See you soon. Bye.